Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today from Financial Coffee Channel. I really do appreciate all of you guys subbing. I've been getting a lot more subs lately on a daily basis, and I appreciate you guys. And I'm almost there at 100K. I don't think I'm going to hit it, but still a goal. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
I was fired 6 weeks before Christmas, and I'm sharing my experience with you because I know that I'm not alone in this.
Getting fired today was not on my bingo card for today. But
well, why do they count like it before 6 weeks before Christmas? That's like a month and a half before Christmas. Why are you thinking about Christmas right now?
what can you do, you know?
So, I really don't know how to make this freaking video. It's been like 5 days, I think. Yeah, 5 days. And I just got fired 5 days ago. Yeah, shout out to them. Thank you guys for firing me 10 days before Christmas. Appreciate it so much. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Jacqueline, and I was just laid off in a mass Zoom meeting. So if it looks like I'm not okay, it's because I am not okay.
I was fired 20 days before Christmas. Yes, 20 days before Christmas, I was fired. And some of it...
So you were fired on December 5th. Well, again, they bring up the Christmas thing as if, oh my God.
It was because of corporate America.
Oh, I guess because Americans are so much more into Christmas than I am personally, I guess.
And the lifestyle regarding it, that you're always expected to show up and be the best person, no matter how upset you are, no matter how angry, no matter how tired, no matter how stressed out you are. You're expected to always give 100 in calls, 100 in reports, and there was no room for error. Yep. Hoping that I was going to gain something better in the future, it left me with nothing.
You know, I do agree that companies nowadays are just trash to work for. I don't disagree with that. But there's also the other side of young people nowadays just don't have a good work ethic in the first place. So the companies trying to take advantage more and more now, and people not having a great work ethic. Now we just have shitty workers all over the place.
And this is a prime example. I got let go. What do I have to show for it? Yes, I have something on my resume, but what else do I have to show for it?
Yes, this is ghetto crying on camera, but like I just got laid off from my job or fired. And for the simple reason that I told them that I wasn't happy with my raise because they promoted me without letting me know. And I just asked for a raise more than what I got.
Guys, never tell any woman how much money you have or how much money you make. All those firings should be a reminder to never be loyal to any company, to any job, or to any boss. Be only loyal to yourself.
See, that's the part where I was trained quite differently when I was young through my father, because we always worked for other people, like other businesses. And my father always told me, treat other people's businesses as if it's your own. Why? Because you're going to learn how they run the business. Treat it as they're treating the business. You'll learn much more that way, and and the bosses kind of see that. But in that setting, it's not a big corporate setting, is what my dad was telling me, because my dad's always worked like smaller jobs before owning his own business and stuff. So when it's like a small business, the owner and the employees have a lot more camaraderie in a sense.
So the firing was of no fault of my own. He specifically stated that it had nothing to do with my performance.
Okay.
That didn't really soften the blow, but it makes it a little bit easier knowing that it was nothing that I did. Bottom line, unfortunately, my role was eliminated, and I'm no longer working for that law firm.
Guess who got fired today? Me. Right before the holidays. Great day.
And it's weird that they got fired right before the holidays. Usually during the holiday time, there's a mass hiring, usually.
So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be let go tomorrow from my job. Merry Christmas. I mean, I'm not trying to manifest that. If it's different, then great, but I didn't show that I was reliable.
Nope. You know.
And it's just, it's hard. So now I'm kind of stuck in this place where it's right before the holidays.
You should have been reliable.
What do I do? I have this home that I probably can't afford. You know, if anyone has any leads, even if it's part-time, I just need to make sure that I'm making money.
See, these people made their choices, put themselves in this boat. She even at least took some accountability for it, that she wasn't reliable. All these people have to do is probably do a decent job at their work, and they probably wouldn't be fired, except for the people that are getting laid off. Getting laid off is a little bit different.
To keep everything intact, and I want my kids to come back home.
If you wanted these things, you should have worked on them. Why are you crying on the internet about it now after you fucked up?
Sorry. Shit's stupid. Shit's so stupid.
Yeah, we know you are.
So people, before we get started, yes, I know, men and women are getting fired before Christmas. But this channel only focuses on women's problems. Believe it or not, some people have to be reminded of that.
Dude, so many people just say I'm like an incel and my channel is just hating on women. I tell the truth, I think I love women way more than I actually hate on women.
I love wine, and don't drink and drive, okay? Well, in her own words, she showed her boss that she was unreliable and that she could not be trusted, which is just a fancy way of saying that she's a piece of shit. At least she admitted it, and yeah, I have to give her credit for her honesty.
This was... I'm so disappointed.
You know. And worth noting, there's 3 months of outplacement support. Those are folks that help you sort of figure out what you're going to do next. They help you with your resume. They help you with all that.
I understand that. We're trying to buy a house.
I don't know that, but I understand.
I mean, like... Before the holidays? 2 weeks before the holidays?
Again, it's weird to be recording while you're getting fired. It's quite unprofessional. Imagine another employer watching this. Like, wait, did she just record the whole firing?
How callous? How callous?
Understand.
I understand this news comes with a lot of emotions, and you need time to process this information. Please,
at least this is real tears.
Take the rest of the day off today, or if you like to talk with me or to talk to your manager, we are here. And any other question?
And again, this is so weird. Back in the day, you were fired. You were fired. There was no explanation, no consoling you or anything. It was just get the fuck out and grab your shit.
One thing about working in tech is that it is not for the weak, and you watch these layoffs happen all the time, and each time you continually tell yourself, it ain't me, thank God.
Even my friend that works for Google, the last 2 years, he was quite in this boat of he could have gotten laid off, he might not gotten laid off. He's in this position, he's in a high enough position that it's harder to lay him off. But he's also works on certain projects that if the project fails, they're just going to fire everybody on that project. So it's happened to him like twice now with Google for last year and this year that he's like, am I getting fired? No? Okay, cool.
Well, guess what? It was me this time. I am a 30-year-old with 2 master's degrees, an undergraduate degree, all in marketing. And
marketing.
Now I am unemployed and continuing to post on TikTok. I knew my company was having struggles. We couldn't push our pipeline down from top of funnel to any closed one.
If you knew that, why weren't you looking for new jobs just in case, something went down with this one?
So I would say it was a surprise that they were doing a restructuring, but it absolutely was not. What was a surprise is that I was told that I was okay, and I was absolutely blindsided this morning at 11 a.m. with a 10-minute meeting on my calendar where people in the higher executive crew that I've never met before told a group of 15 of us or so, while another group of 15 was meeting with other people, that we were all laid off from the company. This is nothing new. You've seen many of people on this app post about being laid off.
Yep.
So now I'm just joining those masses instead of the other masses that are continuing to work. Haven't decided yet. I'm waiting for a phone call from HR to tell me if there is any form of severance package. And you bet I'm gonna fight for one. Yeah. So I'm #open to work, kinda, sorta. Need to update that resume. But I guess I'll have a lot more free time to be posting on here.
Ladies, listen up. I have some great news for you. Today is your lucky day. Why? Because today I will give you a break. I will go easy on you. But don't get too comfortable, okay? Because it's only for today.
It's only today.
So don't get used to it. And it's also because I think it's very heartless and very cold to fire people before Christmas. I mean, in my opinion, I think it should be illegal to fire people before Christmas. Can those companies wait until after January 2nd to fire people? There is never a good time to be fired anyway.
Yes,
Thank
true.
God I have never been fired in my life. I have been furloughed before, but I've never been fired. All those firings should be a reminder to never be loyal to any company, to any job, or to any boss. Be only loyal to yourself.
So yes,
I mean, again, I agree with him being loyal to yourself, but if you're working for someone that isn't like a big corporation that can be a mentor to you and stuff like that, I think put your time and effort in. Show that man, show that person, could be a woman too, that you're worth investing into, you're worth, giving extra knowledge to, because you're working hard. You're thirsty. You're thirsty, right? Not all employers are going to be mentors or any way, shape, or form, but if you do find one, I think do the opposite of what he said. Yes, protect yourself and preserve yourself first, but when you have a good boss, a good leader, and you show them you're worth something, most good leaders are going to reward you. I know a lot of good of my friends, they own shops and stuff, and their best employee gets paid very well because that best employee has been with them for a long time and doesn't give them flack.
yesterday, 2 weeks before Christmas, my husband was fired from his job. I'm telling you this for this reason. If you have vacation time, take it. If you have paid time off, take it. If your company expects you to work or answer calls when you're not on the clock, don't answer. Work less and live more. Because at the end of the day, you are just a number to them.
True.
They don't care about you. They don't care about your family. They don't care what you have to take care of. They care about their bottom line. We get one life. Let's not waste it working for companies that don't give a shit about us. Go to work.
Why don't you tell this to the women that seem to think that they're strong, independent, don't need no man? Those are the women that really got worked into this.
Do your job. Take your vacation. Enjoy your life as much as possible. And don't worry about the place that you are replaceable at.
Adding to my chronicles of living life right now, we are 22 days before Christmas and I do not have a job. And it's these moments right now that 8 o'clock in the morning, I just dropped my boys and my daughter off at school and at daycare, and generally I would either be going into the office or I'd be going home to work. And neither of those things are happening. I am going...
Again, she's not working. Why is she dropping kids off at daycare? Why don't you just keep the kids with you? Isn't daycare made for you to go to work? If you're not working, why pay for the daycare?
Home, and the job market is honestly right now. So we're just out here doing our best. Not sure how Christmas is going to happen, let alone how we're going to pay our bills, but...
Yeah, again, I guess I'm not really a Christmas person. My family's not really Christmas people, so we've never consider this as any major holiday other than we don't, all of our donut shops are like 24 hours and we don't close anyways. We've never closed on any of the holidays, or at least majority of our donut shops. Even when my dad owned his donut shop in from 92 to 06, he never closed a single day. Didn't matter what holiday it was.
Just trusting the process.
Today is December 4th, and I just got fired. But I'm not tripping about it
that money tree's
because,
dying.
well, I don't have any money. I am grateful that she gave me severance because I needed to pay my rent for December, and I did not have that. And I'm glad that it happened at the beginning of the month because now I have a month to figure out how I'm going to pay my rent for January. And so even though there's been this huge buildup because like her personally really gets under my skin, there's been this huge buildup to this moment. And I thought that there would be all these choice words, cussing and yelling, whatever, and mad because I got fired. Reality is I'm only upset because I did not financially prepare to be fired. So now I'm scrambling, trying to figure out how I'm going to make some money in December and find a new job.
This is why you always have a savings and backup money, guys.
Now, speaking of financial preparation, guys, never tell any woman how much money you have or how much money you make. And by women, I am not only referring to the women that you date. So it's not only your situationship, your girlfriend, your fiance, or your wife. I am also referring to your sister, your blood sister, your cousin, your mother, or even your daughter. Now,
none of my this one was, I probably fucked up on this one. My aunts know my salary here on YouTube and like how much I make, and they always seem to like tell all my cousins about it, which I do not like.
You might wonder why I say that. Well, let me tell you why. Whenever women know how much money you make, they will adjust their spending habits around that money.
True.
In very simple words, women will always make up some excuses to spend all your money. Something will always come up to blow your money away.
Yep. Yeah. So he's 100% correct. If you're saying you're a brokey, yeah, she's gonna live a more brokey life with you. that's just what she assumes. You're a brokey, but she knows you have money. She's gonna want to do more fancy things.
Now, if they ask you how much money you make, guys, always be vague. Or you can make up a number that is way below how much you actually make. But never, ever tell them the truth.
This is part 2 of the story of how I got fired 3 weeks before Christmas. So my boss had said that we need to have a hard conversation, and my first thought is that she's going to be mad at me for being late because, like I said, I had been late that morning. And
women just can't be on time to anything. They're always tardy, and their excuse is, oh, I'm a woman.
And while I wasn't late all the time, I wasn't 100% on time, so I was really gearing up for that to be the conversation. She tells me that she thinks I'm really smart and talented. She just doesn't think it's the right fit, and it's not a skill set issue. It's just not the right fit.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means. But I was like, I really would appreciate like some more feedback about why you're firing me. I just feel quite confused by this. And she's like,
They're confused when they're hardly ever on time. They're confused on why they're getting fired.
Yeah, it's hard. You're organized, but almost like too organized for us. We need a little bit more chaos, and I don't know. Probably the funniest thing about this, though, is that for the whole week prior to getting fired, I had literally been thinking, like, oh my gosh, she has been so much happier with my work lately. We're making progress. No, she just stopped caring about what I was doing because she knew she was gonna fire me.
Yep.
Anyway, all this to say that getting fired 3 weeks before Christmas sucks, but I'm living my best unemployed life, so.
Story time. So I got my raise, they're like, hey, this is your raise, and like it was a fast thing, like, hey, Mindy, this will be your raise. You're going from this to this. So I'm doing my math and everything. I go to my desk, and it was 92 cents. 92 cents. I get it. I should be grateful. I get it. A lot of people don't get raises at all or get less than that. He was like, you're so ungrateful. We gave you a 4% raise. And he was like, if you're not happy, you can leave. And I'm like, I'm not going to leave unless you tell me to go. He said that I didn't want to leave because I wanted to get fired from him and get an employment And I was like, no, like I'm here in peace. I'm just trying to ask what's right, giving my good points. He tells me go back to work at my desk, and I go, and then 10 minutes later, they tell me to leave the laptop and everything and to grab my stuff and go. So yeah, I am unemployed, and it sucks to be unemployed right before the holidays. So
when you think about it, getting fired or losing a job is not what scares people. What really scares people is the loss of income. If people had other ways to make enough money besides their regular job, being fired would never be a problem.
Nope.
Yeah, so we are here. So Caroline, thank you for meeting us with us today. As it's shared today at the staff meeting, we are meeting with those who are most directly impacted by this restructuring decision. Unfortunately, your position is one that is being eliminated. I want to recognize how challenging this news might be. Please know that this decision is no way a reflection of your effort.
Again, this is why there's so many frivolous jobs that don't need to be there, and women occupy most of them. Tell the truth. And this is the reason when companies downsize and get rid of these positions, women are mostly affected because they're frivolous positions that were made for women. Most of the jobs that were made for men are very essential. Like if I had a warehouse of recycling, most of the men there are going to be very essential at what I do. The women there, the accountants and all these other things, might not be as essential as like the men actually grabbing everything and putting everything into the forge and things like that.
The impact you've had, you have been a vital part of our team. And I deeply appreciate your hard work, dedication, and commitment. I know there's a lot to process, and it's a difficult situation for all of us. Please know that I'm here to support you through the transition in any way I can. I'm here to provide you with additional information on next steps, so I'll turn it over to her to share more details.
Okay, hey Caroline. Okay, I'm gonna share some info with you. And you might, if you want to, you can write it down.
Oh, I'm recording this.
So, what was that?
I'm recording this.
Okay. So we've put a package together for you. No other changes. You'll be paid through the end of the week. So if you don't do anything at all, you'll still be paid through the end of the week. You have the option of staying through the end of the month if you sign what's called a transition of duties letter, and I'll get into the details of that in just a minute. And you can also keep your monitor and your keyboard and all of that kind of stuff. We would just need the laptop back. You decide tomorrow that you don't want to stick around to the end of December, you'll receive that package tomorrow, and you'll be paid through the end of the week. And then you'll have time to go through that package. If you want to stay longer, then you'll receive the package at the end of December, and then you'll have time through January to figure out if you want to accept it or not.
When you're getting fired or laid off of no fault of your own, this would be one of them, it's hard for me to be callous about these things. Shit happens. But remember what I said earlier is just, again, a lot of these jobs that do get laid off are the more easier jobs, the jobs that aren't as necessary to keep the company running. And again, most of those jobs are filled by women.
Until 2 p.m. tomorrow to say what you want to do. So that's basically you declaring, like, I want to just get my stuff now, or I want to stay through the end of the month. So that's what that transition of duties letter is for. And any questions about all of that, like the nuts and bolts?
She's handling it pretty well.
I've always wondered why HR departments are full of women. Guys, it seems like HR people, regardless of the company they are working for, read from the same script when firing employees. Judging by the tone of the two ladies doing the firing, you can definitely tell that they are reading from a script. Companies don't care about you or me. You are just a number on a spreadsheet. Actually, you are an expense to your employer, and that's why they are so quick to fire you, and for any reason. They call it at-will employment. So never, ever be loyal to any company, to any job, or to any boss. Only be loyal to yourself.
I just got fired 5 days ago. Okay. I can't make this up. So I used to work at a like a privately owned dental office.
Okay.
I was there for 6 months, and for whatever reason, I got fired.
That's crazy. I know a lot of girls, and I even dated one that was a dental assistant that worked for many private dental places. They were able to do whatever the hell they want. They were late all the time. They hardly ever got fired. So for this girl to get fired, what the hell did you do?
Without warning or a reason, this past Friday, which is 10 days before Christmas. So, yeah, it was the end of the day. My boss was like, I don't even know. She just was like, hey, how do you think you're doing here? And I was like, I think I'm doing well. I was like, I'm like, mistakes happen, but it's not like every single day or whatever. I try
It's not like it's only every other day.
my hardest to, do a great job, make a good rapport with patients, because I'm new and they know I'm new. And she's sitting like, okay, so the other doctor and herself had a meeting, and she was like, I really wish the other doctor was here, because this conversation just would be a lot easier if she was here. And I'm like what? And I'm just standing there like, what the is going on? Because at this point my anxiety starts like making my blood boil, and I start feeling hot, and I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? I didn't know if it was excitement or I should be scared. It was just a lot of emotions in like 3 seconds. And she starts talking very slowly, and she goes,
See, they say anxiety, but it's just fight or flight mode. It's your adrenaline pumping.
the other doctor and I have decided to let you go. And I'm just in shock, like, why? And she goes, it's just not working out. And then she says, we don't think you're getting the job. It's been 6 months. I've been there for I haven't even been there for a full year. And it's
Yeah, 6 months is a long time for you to still not understand what the hell you're doing, girl. What the hell?
I'm not getting the job. I don't understand why or whatever. So,
I know not just these women are getting laid off, and a good chunk of men are getting laid off too, but I don't see very many videos of men bitching and moaning about these things. And at least a lot of these men can probably understand why they got fired, where these women are told why they got fired and still don't understand why exactly they got fired. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and I catch you guys next time. Ciao.